Alright, hello everybody. So today we're going to be doing some ladder play. Starting out with some Zoolock for some quests that I have. Might try some Dreadlock a bit later. Still a weird deck, so... still a weird deck for me, that is. So we shall see. We shall see. Good, looks like the deck
Gul'dan versus Jaina.
You
asked for it.
So when you're playing Zoolock, well, Zoo of any kind really, you want a good curve. So you want to play a minion on every single turn. So a Voidwalker is not ideal, but it's good, and so I won't send it back. Same thing with the new Ruby and Egg. But the Dr. Boom and the Void Caller are sort of meh. Like, this is great. It's a pretty good start. So I think we're gonna coin out our first egg, because then on turn 2 we can either play a second egg or we can do Abusive Sergeant and Voidwalker. If she plays something.
For a little while, I got a big
So
punch.
with Micro Machine, what I can do is drop Voidwalker, yeah, so now it's a 2/2, and trade into the Micro Machine for the attack. I now have a 1/3 with taunt, 4/4, and a 2/1 on turn 2. So pretty strong. Pretty good start. And turn 3 she has to ping. Board. And I don't really have, so I now want to be playing around board clears. So I'm going to drop my new Ruby and Egg and then just go face. And this way she's not really able to, she will need to think before dropping like a Flame Cannon or something like that, because there's the potential that it pops the egg. And then I get another 4/4. So she's used a Fireball. So that's good. That's 6 points of damage that I won't now need to deal with when it goes face. And in this situation, I can either Defender up, although I already have a taunt, or I can tap. So let's think, what would I do turn 5? Turn 5 I could do both of these, so I'm actually going to tap in this situation. And now I have something that can trigger my Void Caller, or my Void Caller's Death Rattle trigger. So again, not a great turn 4, but it set us up for a pretty good turn 5.
Hello.
Something needs tinkering?
Okay. So what we're going to do here is summon Void Caller. Here.
I wonder.
Nope, we're actually going to summon
My
Defender.
shield for Arga.
Get in there, fight, I misplayed that. Should have gone Egg to pop the Divine Shield, and then the Void Caller could have just killed it, and I wouldn't have needed to have played my Abusive. It's been a while. It has been a while since I've played Zoolock. Again, not a bad position. This is Mech Mage. It looks like she just had a very bad start. Wow. Okay. That's interesting. So again, a second defender. So what we can do
I wonder.
is this.
My shield for Argon.
Stone.
The breach.
And I just realized I've set her up for a very good flame strike. Yep. Oh. Okay. I'm not doing great. I don't know. Do mech mages run flame strike? Oh, is she? Oh no. Frankly, machine. Okay. So no blizzard, no flame strike. That's good, actually.
Right on time.
Bump it up to a 2-3. That's going to be a 3-3. Yep. Perfect. So we are going to...
I wonder.
bring out the Haunted Creeper. Then...
Sever my wrath.
And again, I didn't destroy the 5-5 because... okay, Polymorph. Don't know why she wouldn't... Arcane Blast? Spider Tank. Spider Tank. Spider Tank. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus 5 is 10. Yeah, no, not a chance. So, let's do... this.
On your head.
Trade. And we got it. And again, keeping that Death Rattle summon on the board to just lock her down, really prevent Flame Strike from completely ruining us. Or at least resetting.
Powering up. Portal
Wreck Warper.
online.
I can fix anything.
Fogmaster, probably gonna ping. Yep. Oh, gold. Ooh. Uh-oh. It's time for Dr. Bism. 1, 2, 3. And we are gonna go you into you. Into you. Base. Ping. And again, that's another great combo with Knife Juggler, so she might just ping this down this turn.
You win.
Probably not. Yeah, Knife Juggler is just so versatile in this deck because so much of what it does what it focuses around is summons. And as a Zoolock, if you don't summon, you lose, basically. And a lot of your minions have summons on them. A lot of your spells, the few spells that you have, are typically focused around summons.
Gul'dan versus Valyria.
So again, a very powerful card to have.
Your
So you sort of like it's an okay 2-drop if you think the opponent. It's an okay 2-drop because it's not for its body, but because it can like sort of force the opponent to deal with it like right away. And yeah, it sucks if it gets wasted. And if you have other combo cards that you want to use with it, then you might want to hold off until later in the game, like turn 9. Like 6 is when you can do an Implosion Knife Juggler. 9 is when you can do.
Put this apple on your head.
Okay. So it's a Knife Juggler. So I'm gonna do this, and again, same thing here. Knife Juggler generally means to die. So I should do that before I get punished too hard. And again, I'm just trying to keep board control, keep playing minions, keep something on board that she will eventually not be able to deal with. Sort of zerg her down. So no follow-up with after the Knife Juggler play. That's always nice. In this situation, I am going to play... I'm going to drop another Flame Imp for Direwolf Alpha. So I've taken 6 points of damage from my own summons, but again, I now have a 4/2, a 2/2, and a 2/2 with a Death Rattle summon 2 1/1s on the board. So she might Fan of Knives here. Nothing would die. She might backstab. One thing would die. So again, just a lot of little minions that you can buff throughout the game with power overwhelming, that sort of stuff. Again, very, very powerful. It's a very powerful deck when you're not up against a very strong control, and if you can get an early ramp. So, and that is the big if. You need to get that early ramp successful. Otherwise, very quickly you can not be able to come back on board. So we're gonna see how this goes. Excellent. We're gonna take our damage. And actually, because of the way our board looks, this might be a Raptor Rogue. I don't know if that's still a thing. But she's probably going to need to use that damage golem to trade into something. Yeah, so I didn't want to trade into it and put down 2 points of damage. I couldn't think of anything off the top of my head that would be especially punished for in that situation. This is still a pretty good Fan of Knives board for her, but I'm assuming because she didn't instantly use it. Okay, so she's used one of her deadly poisons. Yep. Okay. So I'm gonna tap here. Got a second Void Walker. So I'm not playing... I'm not going to play the other one just yet. Because I don't want to be finished with like a snap or something. So, yep, so an abusive or a power would be great here. Silence. Again, tapping. So we're actually going to throw out our Void Caller.
From the void I come.
And we're going to end our turn. And I might just turn 7 Dr. Boom. Just on curve Dr. Boom, because depending on what ends up happening. So that spell damage is actually kind of scary.
To the void.
And I still think this is the best play. Again, this will punish her if she uses Fan of Knives. Okay, so Assassinate came out. So Dr. Boom died, got his 2 boom bots off. That's really what's the important thing, and that's 5 mana, which she can't use this turn. And we might be getting either an Imp Gang Boss or a Doom Guard here. We won't get summoned. Nope. So she goes face. Just trying to grab some damage. So what we can do is actually make these guys a little bit beefier so that she's not able to just auto attack or weapon this down, or at least standard weapon this down. And we can trade into that, let that face damage. Go there, go there. Did I just miss lethal? I totally just missed lethal. Oh, wow. Okay. So now, no matter what happens, if the Void Caller gets killed this turn, the Doom Guard comes out. And the Doom Guard is a 5/7 with charge. So. We'll see. I missed lethal. I did miss lethal. If I hadn't dropped the Defender, and instead chose to summon the Doom Guard, I would have had 2 boom bots, plus another 3 points of damage, so 5, plus 5 from the Doom Guard. She would be at exactly 0. So that is unfortunate. But, luckily, we're not punished too much for that. Thankfully. That is always nice not being punished for your mistakes, but I know it happens. Because as soon as you get, and the other thing to keep in mind is this is still very high up on the ladder, right? Like this is still, I think I'm still ranked 20. And that's mainly because I stopped playing for a while.
Gul'dan
But once you start getting down, so I was thinking about this last night actually, and it's a bit of an interesting situation when you're this high up in ladder, because on the one hand, the people that you play against they generally don't have sort of the top end cards. They don't have decks that are in the meta, and so usually when you do have a deck from the meta, you win. Usually, but what can end up happening is because they don't have decks that are from the meta, you don't know what they have. And so suddenly something that can seem like it's going great can suddenly rapidly deteriorate because it's a card that you've never seen get played before, but is suddenly very, very good for that particular situation. I'm gonna bring out the Knife Juggler in this case. I'm gonna go face again. Turn 4, I can bring out the Void Caller. Probably gonna try. So, like, for instance, Golden Warhorse Trainer. Never seen that. That Hand of Protection's good, but he didn't attack. So that sort of gives you, I guess, a bit of a warning about what's up. In this case, we're gonna tap. We're gonna drop both of these.
Why do you fall?
So again, Consecrate punishes us like by taking out both Flame Imps and the Knife Juggler, but then we get a 4/4. One free is still alive. So that's always nice. That is always nice. So now he needs to trade in, pop that bubble, which means that I can play Void Caller and take out that, nope, this, that, and turn, and again, kind of weak to Consecrate in this situation, but that would be his turn again. And I'd still have a 3/4 with a Death Rattle.
Well met.
Okay. So I have 7,
Reporting for duty.
11, plus 4. Yeah. Oh, this would be a silly play. This would be silly. So we're gonna do it. Drop below them. Power Overwhelming. Face.
Summon me.
That was a very silly play. Don't actually do that. Didn't attack the Silver Hand Regent. This is a good game.
Well played.
Paltry task is
So yep. Don't actually do that. You almost won't your own Death Rattle minions unless you have multiples of them, because the point of the Death Rattle summons is not to they're not, the summons aren't meant to be like, hey, look at this great, like, oh, I went from a 0/2 to a 4/4. That 4/4 is going to be what, like, does damage for me. It's going to be my body on the board. That's not their purpose. Their purpose is to really prevent board clears from completely wiping you. And again, as a Zoolock,
your soul
that
shall
is
be mine.
sort of your most
Victory
important.
or death.
The thing that you want to avoid the most. So this is an Immortal Warrior, which basically is just my way of saying it's a silly Control Warrior with a Reno in it. Yeah, this is a silly deck as well. Well, no, the Zoolock is pretty standard. This is a bit sillier. Like, again, pretty standard Control Warrior stuff. So lots of armor gains, lots of... And the point is, unlike the Zoolock, you almost don't want to summon something unless you're dealing with an immediate threat. Otherwise, you just want to be armoring up and just giving yourself health. So this might be a handlock. We're still a little we're still a little high up in the ranks to see like a true handlock. I think at least at this date, because usually those guys will just race through. Interesting. Nope, can't mill him just yet. Throw out a Death Lord. I'm pretty sure he's going to summon something this turn. If he doesn't play anything, I can mill him with Cold Light Oracle. But I'm guessing he's going to play something. Death Rattle. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. So again, just trying to drag this game on, basically. Keep. So okay. Dread Steed. So now we know that he's Dreadlock. With the cards that I've seen, he probably is going to have a Reno. So we're just going to armor up. Yep. So we're going to do... Actually, maybe we draw. Let's draw... First... And armor up. Face. Can we Reno? No, we definitely can't. We still need one Sludge Belcher, one Brawl, and one Execute. Okay, so he didn't have the power Overwhelming. Okay.
Mind if I roll need?
Almost out of time.
He's probably trying to draw Baron. Probably trying to draw Baron. So we can do... this.
Back to
This.
shoot.
Again, he's sitting on quite a few cards, so we'll see if we're going to be able to punish him at all. I don't think so. I would need to draw a Cold Light probably this turn. So again, not able to take out that Death Lord. That's always a good thing. And actually, I think once I get down to so next turn, I'm again not gonna obviously attack the Dreadsteed because attacking the Dreadsteed is dumb. For those that don't know, it just always comes back until it gets silenced.
Mind if I roll knee?
Second Loot Hoarder. Okay, and Void Terror. So it's actually 6/5. So we're gonna punish that with not sure why. What? Was he worried I was gonna draw him out? What?
I wonder.
So what's more versatile, Shield Slam or Execute? I'm gonna say Execute. So I'm gonna do this while I can. Throw out
I can take
Shield
the hit.
Maiden.
No problem.
So he used both of his sacrificial packs. I don't know why. That's why I was confused. I mean, I guess this is sort of what you see in rank 19. So he used both of his sacrificial packs, even though he was at full health for the second one, and he used the first one very early on. So that's sort of the weakness of playing control decks, is you can see your health sort of begin to get low, and that can wind up hurting you actually quite a bit, because you're going into you can begin to sort of feel like you need to be healing yourself, keeping yourself up, and drawing through your deck. And at 26 health, that means the game's barely even started, right? Really not something that you necessarily be concerned with.
We hunger for vengeance.
Okay. So I still need one Brawl to be able to Reno. So what I'm going to do is
No problem.
trade into you. This. This. And then do
I
this.
can take the hit.
This. So even with driving the Death Bites into a 6/4, I gained armor that turn. And this is before I've even gotten my Justicar and True Heart out, which then buffs it so that instead of having 2 armor, I go up to 4. So yeah. Like it's an Immortal Warrior deck. It doesn't actually do very well against like standard control decks. But it is what it is, and I enjoy playing it. So, and it worked out that I'm playing up against Dreadsteed, or Dreadlock, rather. Although, to be perfectly honest, I haven't actually seen too many cards. Okay. From a Dread Steed, so we're gonna do that. Oh, perfect. So we're gonna drop Sled Filter.
Brace for impact.
Face. And he might be sitting on his Reno. He might have Jiraxis, something to really heal him. So I'm not expecting to just drive him all the way down by any means. But again, I am trying to pressure him into using those cards. Because as it stands right now, I am
Minions,
okay.
soldiers of the cold.
So that needs to die.
Obey the call of Kel'Thuzad.
That needs to die pretty quick. Yep. Cruel Taskmaster would actually be pretty good. Oh dear. Oh dear, 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 dear. So what happened there was the Kel'Thuzad effect triggered before the Death from Power Overwhelming triggered, so instead of getting 2 Dread Steeds there, he only got the 1. Which is pretty unfortunate for him. I will do Fiery Winx. Execute. And again, just really prevent him from being able to do much. I don't really
Race
want
for
to...
impact.
I'd rather take the damage from the Shield Maiden. And I don't want to throw out the Explosive Sheep just yet. Just yet. So he's down to 4 cards. And I am at 12. So he's life tapped 3 times. Or twice and then Immortal Coiled. Chromagus, pretty good. Pretty good. For sure.
Bring out your dead.
What now? What now?
Armor made to fit.
This is up to 8 cards. He's down to 3. So he's probably got his Baron. A Brawl would be pretty sweet. Brawl would be pretty sweet. Playing around Brawl, which is good for him. It's a good strategy. So there's Brawl. Reno Jackson is enabled. That's always nice. Is there anything that I want to damage first
I wonder.
before I do this? I wish I had like a Death Spice or a Cruel Task. But alas, I do not. So... the answer's no.
Strike.
So we're gonna do that. Then we Brawl. Wow! Go Armor Smith. Go Armor Smith, go. Turn. So I'm at 39 health. I can potentially heal myself all the way back up to 30 health with another 16 healing. That is Yeah, okay, I was gonna say. I don't think. Yep. Yep. There's Justicar. So,
Welcome to the Grand Tournament, champion. Strike.
so he's down to one card. He can do 12, 13, 14 points of damage, which is a lot of damage, don't get me wrong. It's just that I have so much healing in this deck. And again, he's not really able to take advantage of the floating watcher's ability. So there's the other Dreadsteed. So
Almost out of time.
Strike.
we don't want him to play around Manus. Plus two. So he is now out of cards. He probably has a Reno. He probably has a Jiraxis. Might even have a Mal'Ganis. Now Mal'Ganis we have a good answer to. So I'm not particularly worried about that. But he's going to start taking fatigue damage here. Armor. Thank you. And I mean, that egg's going to die. Or, sorry, not the egg. Yeah. Yeah, like there was going to need to be some very fancy footwork for him to be able to come back from that. Some very fancy footwork. So.
Garrosh versus Gul'dan.
Your soul shall be mine. Victory or death.
Okay.
Why do
This
you
is from
fall?
a Zoolock with a very good start. With a very good start. Yep. Very good start.
Put this apple on your head.
stop him. Just slow him down. Make him waste a turn.
From the void I come.
Okay. 2, 4, 6, 7.
My shield for Argus!
Boom.
Armor made to fit.
I've got the beast in my sight.
So again, I'm seeing cards that are very standard Zoolock. The question is whether or not he is able to. Whoa, God! Okay, he's making that big.
Get in there and fight, maggot! Why do you
So he's just trying to. So he might win here. That's another advantage. I didn't like go face. He does not. So shield block. We're gonna brawl. Oh my god. We have a winner.
Who dares summon me?
So he might have 2 points of damage in hand. Maybe.
Put this apple on your head.
Oh, and then implosion. Oh no.
My shield for Argus.
Okay.
I can take the hit.
So shield slam you. Or howl you. Shield slam you. Oh. Portal, portal. Getting boss.
Get in there and fight, maggot!
He's the sergeant. He's just pushing for damage. Yep, just pushing for damage. So.
What now?
Race for impact.
We want to minimize the number of demons he has because he might have an Alvanus.
Stop yelling!
Probably him trading enemy like that just cost him the game. Probably. That's a pretty good summon.
I can take the hit.
He's down to 3 cards. Nope, 2 cards. Oh, okay.
Alcanus, I am
So there's
eternal!
8. So he does not have lethal. Perfect.
I've got the beast in my sight.
Then we are going to execute you.
Almost out of cards!
And again, this is how the Immortal Warrior works. He might take a bunch of damage early on, but eventually grind. Like if you can make it to the late game, you just have enough answers to big threats that you can just stay alive. And yeah, that's what makes it so powerful. So he's out of cards. So
You win this time.
well played. Well played. Let's try some mid-range drill. Just some standard mid-range druid.
Malfurion versus
You win this one.
Okay. Really didn't want to go against a druid.
Malfurion versus Malfurion.
I concede.
That's the second auto concede in a row. That's a little weird to me. A little weird.
Malfurion versus Garrosh.
Victory or death! I must protect the wild.
So again, this is a pretty standard mid-range deck.
Greetings. My greetings.
Just nice and standard, no real tricks to it. I don't think it's been actually updated to reflect League of Explorers, which may be the only card that I could think of that would be used with it. So this might be Control Warrior. Sorry, the only card, it would be Raven Idol. This might be a Control Warrior that I'm going up against, and this really just depends on how aggressive. Interesting.
For the wild.
Very interesting.
Death does not scare me.
Yep. Looks like it is. Wow, I have drawn. So I can do. Do I swipe this? I guess. So Control Warriors generally don't have that many cards on the board. So I can do 4, 7, 8. That is bad. That is bad, bad, bad. That is probably one of the worst cards to get from that.
Job done.
I'm drawing everything in pairs. It's really tripping me out. It's really tripping me out.
I can take the hit.
Where shall I strike? Job's done. Time waits for no one.
Huh. Did not know control ran.
Drink with me, friend.
I am not enjoying this. Okay. Two, 4, 6, 8.
For the wild.
Who knows what secrets will uncover?
Ugh. Oh. Of course. Of course. So I know I need to swipe.
Time waits for no one. By the power of Ragnarok, I have the power!
6.
I have no time for games.
Do I win? I think I win. 6 plus another 8. Yep. Plus another 8. Yeah.
Well played.
Force of nature. Savage roll. Savage roll. Oh! Classic combo. Classic combo. With a bit of a twist. Because I got 2 savage rolls. Since the death of Grim Patron, like Patron Warrior, or I guess since the death of the super abusive, massive amounts of damage from an empty board Patron Warrior, so before they nerfed Warsong Commander. Since that combo, that Druid combo is probably like the most damage that you can potentially do. I didn't actually do the math there. I know that a standard combo is 14 points of damage, so add another 8 to that, so 22 points of damage from an empty board. Not something that will outright win you the game.
Anduin versus Jaina.
You
Because
asked
everything
for it.
dies at the end of it.
The light shall bring victory.
But very, very powerful nonetheless. And this is an Entomb Priest, so it really focuses around Entomb, and I can't really remember how to play it. So this is going to be a learning experience. I think that's good that I got an Ancient Blade Master. It's too bad I didn't get my North Star Clerics. But that's okay. Maybe this might be Tempo Mage who just had a very bad start. Which is good for me. Just unfortunate for him. Or her. Grievous. It's unfortunate for Grievous. Really? Okay. So what happens if I do
Embrace the
this? Are you gonna use your other fireball? You gonna do that? Yep. Use your other fireball. Okay. That's cool too. Flame Strike's good. Definitely a fan of that. And we can do a second combo shield here. Excellent. Excellent.
Excuse me.
This is a very weird deck. This is just a very weird deck.
My eyes are open.
Just a very weird deck. Wow.
Excuse me.
What is this deck?
Someday I'll be just like you.
Intensification commencing.
I'd say now's a pretty good time for this.
I serve the Fire Lord.
Someday I'll be just like you. Intensification commencing.
I must consider.
This is weird. Like the mage's deck is weird. I know my deck's pretty
Dead
weird.
or
too.
alive.
Weird.
In the light's name. In the light's name.
2 Light Wardens. Wow. This is gonna be funny. This is gonna be really funny. We're gonna do this
Someone injured?
into this into this. This. And then we're gonna heal up. This.
Not move quickly.
Flame Strike.
Prepare yourselves for the ultimate test.
Shower Death. Do I need to? No. I don't think it's worth it. I do want to kill that though.
Is someone injured?
Murder!
Not move quickly.
A silly, silly deck.
Troxor! Troxor!
Think I lose? Two of us.
Let me change your
Control
mind.
you. Like, this is some really funky tempo summoning stone. Like, I've got 5 cards left, she's got 13. But the problem is I don't think I have any answers. I let that get out of hand, actually. That's what happened.
I wonder.
100% let those summoning stones get out of hand. I underestimated their power.
No!
Yeah. 100%. Yep.
Engaging TC-130. Mental dislocator.
Depart, foul creature!
Yep. But I mean, that's sort of what this deck is weak to, is...
You have bested me.
Yeah, I should have too. Oh well, that's the streak. Not sure how many times it went up. I know it came from like 22, so that's always good. But it's been fun.